And the number one chain I'm going to be showing you is called the neck lock. This
Neck lock.
is for the neck of the slaves. Slaves were meant to walk with ease around their neck for 18 hours every day. And you can imagine the weight of the chain on
oh
the
my
neck
God.
of human beings.
Can you hold this for me?
For 18 hours every day.
Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
Is this? It's heavy.
Jesus Christ. Now they had to move with this for
Walk with
18 hours,
18 hours
a day.
While traveling, it will be around them inside the ship for 3 to 4 months before they get to their final destination.
Can you imagine?
The chain here are over 500 years old.
500 years old.
Because slave trade lasted in Badagry for about 350 to 400 years. Badagry was a slave corridor, and any slaves captured from the Oyo Empire were usually brought down here. Slaves captured from the eastern part of Nigeria were taken to Calabar. Badagry and Calabar are the two major slave coasts we have in Nigeria for transatlantic slave trade. Slaves are not being captured from Badagry, like I rightly said. Our forefathers were now middlemen between the white and the black. They buy slaves from their fellow black and resell to the white men. So the trade lasted for about 350 to 400 years. And that's why I said the chains are about 500 years. The man buried here was one that seized the chain from the white men. The father of the man buried here participated in slave trade. He is also a middleman between the white and the black. And the man was nicknamed Chief Mubee. His real name is Odowu. Odowu.
Okay.
The white men could not pronounce his name. Each time they come around to buy slaves, he usually offer them kola nut. Kola nut is called obi in Yoruba language. So whenever they come around to buy slaves, the father will always entertain them with kola nut. He tells them in Yoruba language, Onyiboremi Emobije. They will always hear him saying Emobije each time they come around. And that was the reason why they gave him a nickname from there, Chief Mubee. The family now adopt Mubee as a family name. Mubee is now a chieftaincy title in Badagry of today. In the year 1852, the 8 chiefs of Badagry has 8 quarters, so we have 8 chiefs in Badagry there. The 8 of them signed the treaty of the abolition of slave trade with the British government in the year 1852. The British slave merchants stopped coming to Badagry from the year 1852. The Portuguese were still coming. And so the man died. The son, buried here, now waged war against the Portuguese slave merchants in the year 1888. So this is the last vessel of slave leaving Badagry. The slave inside the vessel, these are the real chain around their neck. And the number one chain I'm going to be showing you is called the neck lock. This
Neck lock.
is for the neck of the slaves. Slaves were meant to walk with ease around their neck for 18 hours every day.
18 hours.
This should be around them for 3 to 4 months before they get to their final
Destination.
And you can imagine the weight of the chain on
oh
the
my
neck
God.
of human beings.
Can you hold this for me?
For 18 hours every day.
Ah.
3 to 4 months traveling on the Atlantic Ocean before they get to their final destination.
Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
Is this? It's heavy.
Jesus Christ. Now they had to move with this for 18 hours,
18 hours
a day.
While traveling, it will be around them inside the ship for 3 to 4 months before they get to their final destination. And this is a torture weapon for stubborn slaves who refuse to work inside the farm. Slave will disobey the master they force this into their hand down to the wrist. Most times this doesn't go in easily. So the slave merchants will need to break their bone for this to get to the wrist of the slaves. After forcing this to the wrist, they may then climb the platform. Okay, now screw this up to a tall tree and remove the platform. The slaves will now be suspended on the tree, dangling from morning till night. In the course of doing that, most of them died. White men doesn't care because our forefathers were used in exchange of items.
Okay. This is proud.
And this is called the mouth clip
The mouth what?
for the
Mouth
mouths of the slaves. Slaves working inside the farm were usually not allowed to communicate to one another because the white men are afraid that when they communicate together in their farm, they can plan on how to attack the white men.
execute.
In a situation whereby they have slaves of the same background working inside the farm, they pierce their lips, the lower and the upper lips. They pierce it with hot iron. In the morning, while going to the farm, they put this on their lips and they padlock their mouth like this for them not to talk or eat while working on the plantation. And this is called the light chain for the babies. The children of the slaves were usually not allowed to be jumping about the farm for them not to step on what their parents has planted. So they gather the babies together and they chain their wrists with this size of the chain, make them sit under a tree, far away from where their parents are working. And this is called the branding iron. Branding iron was used to write the name of slaves. Slaves don't bear name, they bear the name of their masters, or any name given to them by the white men. That was the reason why today in Lagos, in Abeokuta, we have them in the eastern part of Nigeria. We have the Yorubas, the Igbos, bearing foreign surnames. Smith, Cole, Coker, Pedro, Williams, and so on and so forth. So for the white men to be able to identify their slaves, they usually put this in fire. Okay. And when this is red hot, they now use this to write the name of the owner of the slaves on the body of the slaves. This is what we now adopt as fashion today. Wow. Tattoo is what we call it. The second
tattoo actually came from
during the period of slavery. You see, the children of the slave taken out of Africa saw different things written on the body of their forefathers, their names and whatever. And so after the abolition of slave trade, some of them, their parents could not tell them how the right of go to their body. They begin to adopt this, the right freedom. Even up to date, you see some of the black Americans writing freedom on their body. So, and we begin to pick this as fashion. The second function of this is to pierce the lips of the slaves, for them to be able to padlock their mouths. While the last function of this is to pierce the foot of any slave who tried to run away, being captured. When this is red hot, they hit this into the foot to pierce the leg or break the bone inside the leg. And this is called the ankle lock for the leg of two slaves. The two slaves are meant to share these around their ankle. They'll have to walk with these around their leg at the same time. So imagine this on the leg of two human beings walking at the same time. This was the money we spent in Africa in those cows. But this was only recognized as means of exchange. The white man doesn't see this as money, and that led to the introduction of trade by barter. Items were brought into Africa in exchange of human beings. Items like gunpowder, dry gin, cotton, iron, mirror, tobacco, and so on and so forth. My colleague will have told you the items they use in the same. Bottle of dry gin for 10 slaves, mirror for 10 slaves.
But there's one bottle he showed us that one was for 40 slaves.
A bottle of dry gin was in exchange of 10
slaves. Okay.
Mirror for 10, umbrella for 40.
Okay.
This cannon gun, this size, is for 40. The big size of this was in exchange of 100 human beings. Why do we need this? They brought this to us so that we can go into war against ourselves, capture slaves, and resell back to them, the white men. So if your community has this, you use this against other communities, capture people and sell to the white men. So indirectly, they try to divide us and conquer us.
So it was more like a divide and rule system.
Divide and rule. Over there is still drinking water bowl. 40 to 50 slaves drink water from this bowl at a time. And they drink with their hand being tied to the back. So because they have to bend down to drink water like animals. Most time because of trying to drink water from this pot, they push one another and they get caught by the edge of the pot. The blood drips into the water. The slaves have no choice. They drink like that because they have access to food and water once a day. Again, once the water gets down, how will they be able to drink? Then you will need to fetch them one handful of water for one day. And this is the picture of the streets at a nation where I don't know if you are going to the point of no return. During the period of slavery, Nigeria alone supplied 24% of slaves taken out of Africa.
24%
from
out of
Nigeria.
100%.
24 from Angola as well.
Okay.
16 from Ghana.
Okay.
And About 38.5% of slaves taken out of Africa were taken to Brazil. And that's why today, after Nigeria, Brazil is the second country with the largest number of blacks. The Yoruba we speak in Nigeria is our second official language in Brazil. All our deities in Yoruba land are still worshipped in Brazil up to date. You're welcome. Mubee is the name. Any question?
And the gongs?
Okay. These are royal musical instruments. The Mubee family is the royal family in Badagry. And so, in Badagry here, whenever we have special program, women married to the royal family play this instrument. We call this ajoko.
Ajiko.
It's only women that play this instrument. And it's only when we have special program. That's when they come out to play this instrument. And they still do this up to date.
Okay. Wow. And this is how
That was the next movie of Badagry after the man buried.
after the man.
And that's the picture of the present movie of Badagry.
Ah, okay. Okay, let me recite this. Although I'm not a slave, but I'm a free man. So it says, I'm leaving this land. My spirit lives with me. I shall not come back now. My shackles do not break. It is the shackles that holds the sheep down. My ancestors bear me witness. I shall not return. This land shall depart. My soul do not revolt. My spirit goes along with me. I depart to the land unknown. I shall not return. Then, at this point in time, the slaves were forced to drink from the sacred well, which still exists, a well believed to make them less aggressive and to lose their memories. It is located at the beautiful sea beach across the lagoon, directly opposite the slave port, Badagry. So basically, a concoction was added into the water, and once you drink that water, you're gone. Thank God for freedom.